Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gent. I've got some pretty big updates to give you on some massive airdrop updates. Also, some pretty cool crypto updates, and we'll have an AMA later today to talk a bit more about what's going on over there because there's a lot, and I truly don't think that you guys are bullish enough. So let's get into it. But before we do, just remember, nothing here is financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Please do your own research and all that. And if you wouldn't mind, make sure you follow me on my socials. Check me out, the Brown Gent YT on Twitter. Follow me as well on the bank. You can see here the market's doing pretty good. And also, if you want extra coaching, guidance, and support, you can join the Web3 Secret Society. $30 a month. You know, we had members earning a couple $1,000 plus last week on a workshop I did. So nothing's promised, obviously, but you put in the hard work, and we make sure that we educate as much as possible to get you ready for the bull run. Check the services out. Link in the description below. Now, biggest news here, of course, was what we pretty much expected at the tail end of last week, which is Jerome Powell finally gave us that first of many rate cuts, 50 basis points. Why this is relevant is because as you see the interest rate come down, money is cheaper to borrow. All of a sudden, risk asset or risk on behavior increases. The appetite, at least. So what we expect to see always with this, even if it's not short term, is long term, a lot more money coming into assets which typically would not have been purchased. And no surprise here, the market has priced this in. You see here, Ethereum was 2200 or 2250 a few days ago. Now it's 2550. Bitcoin went to 64, 65K. It's dropped a tiny bit. Sol has gone up about $20 from 130 to about 150, small retrace. We're seeing a lot of tokens doing really well. And as expected, the tokens that aren't doing as well, XRP, Cardano, have really not taken advantage. In fact, this is exactly what I was talking about in my last video, which is sometimes you just gotta know when enough is enough and that there's an opportunity cost to holding tokens. Is that to say Cardano and XRP won't do well this cycle? I'm not saying that whatsoever, but we know what tokens will do well, and I have positioned myself accordingly for that. So we'll talk a bit more about that later in our AMA, but I first wanted to talk to you about EIGEN. So EIGEN has sort of taken us through the entire gamut of emotions. When we first saw their season 1 claim, they had restricted access, so they eventually ended up opening up the access where even if you use VPN, you still had some issues. They've been a little more broad in the use. However, some people I know are still having some challenges here. If that's you, look up the season 1 solution. Go back to my video on EIGEN from the summer on how to claim. I cover the instructions as well over there. It's a lot of information. I'm not going to go through it again. Or you can look it up on Twitter. What's very important for you to know is season 1, you could only get your EIGEN directly from EIGEN, and season 2 EIGEN claims are now split. You have to get them where you earn them. So for example, if you stake directly with EIGEN, well, you can go to claims.eigenfoundation and it takes you to this portal. You click enter. You can do this right now. You hit the next button. You see here, I didn't earn that much. I got 7.36 EIGEN, and I've already claimed it. So make sure you go ahead and do that. You can also go and EtherFi launch theirs. They posted incorrectly yesterday and reposted, but the site still works. You go to claim.ether.fi. You then have to select between one of 3 options. Claim your season 2, which I've already done, of course. Season 3 claim is coming soon, and you can click on this EIGEN season 2, and you get your EIGEN directly from there. And sorry, that's a screenshot. Swell did the same thing. So Swell's announced as well that you can go ahead and claim your Swell. This one I had to use a VPN to access, so just be aware of this when you go to app.swellnetwork.io. And the same thing here. You can see the season 2 claim. I got this much. This claim is not open, and neither is EtherFi. They will be open very soon. You can see here that see September 21st is the EtherFi claim, so that's tomorrow. So you can get your EIGEN then. And then for Swell, you should be able to claim it very soon as well. Let me just see. Oh, what? Yeah, so claim's not open. So yeah, they'll let us know when that happens. The same thing's gonna happen for every other protocol. It depends on what you farmed. I'm waiting to see what happens with Pendle. If Pendle's included, I hope not, because I think that this amount is way too small for me given how much I put in, but we'll see. You can go to Pro Whales Market, and I've been talking about this forever, guys. You had an option in the summer on whether or not you wanted to stake your EIGEN token. I thought that was a waste of money. At the time, the EIGEN token was valued at $6. Remember, you are unable to actually transfer or sell until September 30th. In fact, it's in their documentation if you check it out, and now they're being very firm on that date. But for those of you who are staking it, you probably noticed the price has gone down significantly. So I hope many of you didn't stake. I hope many of you followed in my footsteps, sold it on Whales Market, because my thesis was when Season 2's claim came out, or we got closer to it, the price would drastically drop even further given the value of the EIGEN token and really what its use case was. And this is exactly what happened. You look over here, and I sold 69, very unique number of EIGEN tokens for $677 each. Thank God I sold it in stable and not on ETH, or I would have gotten destroyed. Same thing over here. I sold 105 at 5.72. So the price is currently 3.81, and I expect this price to crater. I would not be surprised to see EIGEN token being worth less than 250. If it was higher than 250, I'd be very surprised. So I think you guys still have an opportunity to sell on Whales Market if you're interested in. Remember, not financial advice. So the next update is on Jumper Exchange. I've got a couple updates here. The first is something that's somewhat free that also works with the Saiyan week, if you've done it, which is you can win one of 27 Saiyan NFTs. I like them because of obviously Dragon Ball Z. The floor price is 366, and they have better rarities. And all you've got to do to qualify is go to their Galaxy event. You have until September 24th. You then go and just complete these actions. You join their Discord, you follow them on Twitter, Jumper and Saiyans, and then it just depends on how much you bridged. So I bridged, one time $80, and all of this sort of counted. So I did it there. I have noticed more people are doing it recently, but it's still not a bad risk to reward ratio. Given that the Jumper really makes it cost very little, it was probably the easiest airdrop activity I've done, because you pay 50 cents or something overall, even less, and you get qualified for these 3 raffles, and it's also helping you with your Jumper loyalty pass. The next update is on Mitosis, so we are waiting on their incentivized testnet. So I'm not going to go through all the details here. So they have this thing called Game of Mito. Basically, early entry equals more testnet benefits equal more testnet assets equals gem, which obviously they're implying better airdrops, right? So incentivized testnets important. Also, you can get super pass codes. If you have more than one code, you can share them with others. I'll be sharing all of my extra super pass codes with the Web3 Secret Society. So if you didn't have a reason enough to join it, you have one there as well. You can read this entire detail over here, which tells you sort of how you can get more codes. It's very interesting. Obviously, if you hold special NFTs, either on Cosmos or on ETH, very important. Also, very important here is Jumper Loyalty Pass. People will also get super passes. So if you're level 12 and above, as of the snapshot August 31st, then you'll get 3. If you're 10 and above, you get 1. And 8 and 9, you get a little less. So to figure that out, just go to the Jumper profile. I'm level 12. I have to check what I was on August 31st. But I've gotten so many codes already with other things. Also, I've got some rewards I've earned from the Saiyan Week promotion that I talked to you guys about before. So I'll claim that after this video. Another update for you is in the C network. And this has to do with the Yaka IDO. I'll be honest, I had some people ask me, am I doing it? The reality is, like, yes, the market's pumping, but I mean, number one, is not guaranteed to pump in a straight line for this long. Although I am long-term bullish, I do think we're coming up on, the Q4, which should be insane. Let me just bring this on screen actually, just to sort of highlight. Just take a look at all these patterns. It wouldn't be a surprise for us to continue pumping. Maybe a small retracement, but I think if you sort of put a line, it would be very good slope upward. So not worried about that. But that being said, what is really the function of Yaka? And you've got to always, when you are taking a look at airdrops versus IDOs, when you have both, why would you purchase unless there's a reason to hold the token? Number one. And also, how easy was it to farm Yaka? Well, I'll be honest with you, I earned I think 7,000 or 8,000 Yaka tokens from the airdrop just for putting a couple $1,000s of liquidity. So I'm not too incentivized to go in and buy a bunch of Yaka tokens, even if they're not priced that much. I believe 2.5 cents was the sort of amount that they're charging for the seed round, which is what I qualified for. Keep in mind, they also have a sort of 40% unlock at token generation event, 60% 12-year linear vesting, right? So 60% of that. Not really the biggest fan. The whitelist is okay. If you're going to do anything, I think the seed round is better, but it has to be worth your while. And if we saw with NX Finance, if it doesn't do well, all of a sudden you just see the whole thing crater. We saw the NX Finance IDO drop by 80%. And no offense to Yaka, but NX is a way more talked about protocol on a way more popular chain. And they aren't releasing the airdrop that far ahead. Whereas here, even if you're in the seed round, you get the airdrop on week 4, I believe, which still means that you still have 8 weeks of investing left on the other amount. So if there's a lot of sell pressure, you could end up underwater. It's never like a white and black thing over here. I think it's gray. Like, is it worthwhile? Maybe. I'm just thinking there's better opportunities for me. But if I was to do any of these, I would do the seed round and obviously, hedge your bets. Okay. Now, one thing I will say is if you go in here, you'll probably notice they've already ended the IDO. I'll explain exactly what happened. They only did like 10%. They actually announced it in their Discord. So because the SEI token rose about like 20%, basically they had to redeploy the contract and restart the IDO. So they're going to refund anyone who bought in, which, I mean, honestly, they should have planned for this ahead of time. It also speaks to why they use SEI token versus USDC. Very confusing. If you're going to price it in USDC, then don't use SEI token, use USDC. It doesn't make any sense, right? A lot of these things sort of make me feel a little weird about the entire project. Obviously, people have purchase caps, 40K for seed round, 25K for whitelist, public no limit, but first come, first serve. But yeah, like I said, nothing like, it's not terrible, but I think there's better things. What's really cool though, and guys, this is really exciting, Layer 0. So Layer 0, actually, their first set of claims closed this morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is like noon Eastern, so about 43 minutes ago. And any unclaimed tokens are going to be going back to all the wallets who claimed before this time, and you'll be able to go on Layer 0 Foundation and actually claim your tokens. Right now, the claim is paused. Maybe I should refresh this, but some point later today, it will be available. When it is, you just go in here and you'll be able to see how much you get, which is just going to be like a percentage of what you claim. So I think conservatively, I'd say about 15 to 17% of your season or your original allocation is what you should be getting. Hopefully we don't get taxed on it too, like we did the other one. The next update here is on the Lingo dashboard. So if you farmed the airdrop, or if you did partake in the pre-sale, you can go and check your Lingo allocation. One of the things the team has done was they implemented strict criteria for the airdrop eligibility. So if you had short session times, or you were flagged for correlated wallet activity, or connected more than 2 wallets from the same session, you were excluded. Additionally, accounts with suspicious Twitter activity, follower to view ratios, whatever, you got disqualified. Apparently that means I got disqualified too. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I only farmed Lingo with 1 wallet. I think I sort of let the team know. I'm a little surprised because I covered this. I only used one wallet. I may have connected multiple wallets, but I didn't farm anything. Like, when you switch wallets on your browser, that's probably the most thing I did, and it might have connected there, but I did not interact one time in Lingo. So if you did unfairly, if you believe you unfairly got disqualified, they do have a form you can go in here. I put the link in the description below. You have a bit of time to sort of fill it in and make sure you give as much information as possible. That being said, I did sort of purchase Lingo token. But one thing I want you guys to notice is I'm not sitting here crying murder, crying scam, because you know what? Things happen. This is why I don't respect people who, when they got nothing in ZK or they got very little, they were sitting there crying. But then I see the same people bragging about getting 20,000 Lingo token and how it's the best protocol. Like, these people are, very emotional and honestly just don't have any sort of social awareness, let's just say. Next update is on all these devices that keep coming out. So you guys know that we have been talking about the Solana Chapter 1, Chapter 2, recently the MySui Play. One thing I will say here is there are so many devices these teams have not delivered yet, but my Chapter 2 paid for itself, and I've been looking at these really cool devices that are coming out. They're coming out like super fast. I have an iPhone, and I got to update this to I think it's iPhone 16 or whatever that comes out like in the next few days, or something like that, like a week or so. So that's my first priority. But I probably do want to get this new phone. I do love the Sol ecosystem, and I've made so much money off their airdrops, so why not? And I don't really care about the specs. I know people were like, oh my god, 128 gigs of storage, that's nothing. I'll tell you a secret. I believe that's the storage I have on this phone by accident. It does make it a hassle, but you know what? I do like the devices. It's created in partnership with Solflare. I will be looking at this because once again, maybe we'll get some fantastic airdrops just for holding it. At the same time, they now have a handheld Web3 gaming device. Reminds me a lot of the Game Boy. I'll be honest. I thought this is like the Game Boy Color. That's what my Game Boy Color used to look like. And I had the yellow, what was it, Pokemon Yellow with Pikachu or whatever in it back in the day when I was in grade 8 or grade 9. So it looks cool. Probably interested to get one of these too. Can't help it. It's nostalgia and everything else. Player 1 holders will get first discounted access to pre-orders, so it's not available yet, but hey, why not? And even look at this. This cartridge even looks like it's from the Game Boy. Am I wrong or what? Next update as well. If you farmed successfully Zeta Chain, you can now claim your Zeta tokens. So all you got to do is go to the claim website. The claim is open from September 17th to October 4th. Apparently, I didn't claim it successfully, so I got 0. But take your, might as well check and see how you did, and why not? Next update for you guys is on NX Finance. I know people are like, yo, stop talking about NX Finance. Well, this is good news. They are going to have their refund page almost ready. It's going to be available next week. They're going to announce the details of the extra compensations for their screw up with the IDO at the same day of the refund. So we're going to see exactly what the outcomes of that are. I know they're having discussions in their Discord and doing votes. I really hope they're not reimbursing the whales who basically bought 500 Sol and dumped it right away, taking a 2% haircut, and now they also get part of the compensation. That would not be good, but we'll see. Next update for you guys is on LogX. So LogX is a partner that you could have used with a bunch of dexes. I used LogX when it came to Orderly, and that's sort of what I chose to use. And it's really cool because they have their token generation event next week on the 24th. If you want to check your allocation, I put the link to their rewards checker. I got 1,156 token. I don't think that's much. And what's crazy is I've paid must have been upwards of $10,000 to $20,000 in fees, I believe, across LogX with Orderly. So not sure who I'm paying it to, but I hope this is worth something. And finally, the last update I have for you is on Scroll. So I get this question a lot. Hey, should I focus on Scroll and dump Linea, or should I do the other? Depends on your allocation. I think Scroll is I mean, the fact that BitGet has now listed it in the pre-market trading tells me we're somewhat close. So, just be aware of this. They have their scroll or the scroll token worth about 83 to 84 cents right now. The pre-market fair distributed value is under $1 billion, which is actually pretty fair. That's actually a very decent valuation for an ETH L2. But we have no idea what's going to happen. So guys, just ask yourself when you're looking at how you're farming, how much do you have in linear versus scroll? If you got like 5% in scroll, then yeah, bump those numbers up. But if you got like half your liquidity in scroll, like I don't think you should go all in on anything because you never know what's going to happen, right? Just like with Chroma. Chroma's gotten delayed so many times. And imagine if you put half your liquidity into that would be awful. But guys, make sure you go into scroll sessions, check it out. I'm pretty sure they've updated all the apps, so you should see the most reflected total. I'm sitting at 10,000 marks. I've also made a video 5 days ago highlighting the differences between linear and scroll and what I think you should do to maximize your airdrops on both. So I hope you guys check that out. And the last thing I'll do is just see who's in the chat. We got Metal Bum, LFG, how's it doing? How's it going? We got Pix, the Muzzle, hey, thumbs up, how's it going? We got Jordan Deck in the house. Hey, yo, what's up? Haitian Buffet. What's up, Jen? Happy weekend, guys. How's it going? That word means a lot more now with everything I'm hearing on the news. Can you make an update on Hyperlane? I will definitely do that. Advisory Vines come on in 2 hours. I will talk about Hyperlane if you're there. Definitely do it. I'm happy to do it. Hey, people all in Sui to the top of the moon. Hey, I'm in Sui. I don't have the biggest position. I put in like $1,000 a while ago. It's almost 2K right now, so that's pretty good. Got Fud Zero GM. Hey, how's it going? And we got Luna. Hey, Luna, how's it going? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please smash that like button. It's gonna mean so much to me. Hit the subscribe button as well. Share the video, of course, because you love this stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.